Out for now, it is the time for the first panel discussion, and the title is Healthcare, EnviroTech and EnergyTech in Action. Now, this will be moderated by Engineer Maryam Abdulrahman Msallam, the Innovation Committee in Undersecretary's Sector at Department of Economic Development, Abu Dhabi. Of course, the participating sectors, ladies and gentlemen, we will be starting with Dr. Asma Al Mannaei, the Director of HealthCare, Quality, Department of Health, Abu Dhabi. Engineer Abdullah Alkhaemeri, the Strategic Affairs Executive Director, Department of Energy in Abu Dhabi. And Mr. Abdullah Alkhaemeri, the Acting Director of Environment Policy and Planning at the Integrated Policy and Planning Sector Environment Agency, Abu Dhabi. As the stage is being set, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you welcome them.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maryam Msallam from the Innovation Committee at the Abu Dhabi Department of the Economic Development, and I'm going to be the moderator of this panel. Before we start the panel, I would like to share some key thoughts about the innovation. We believe that the people, they are the key to the innovation, starting from the exploration of the idea up to the final delivery or the commercialization of the idea. Thus, here it comes the role of TIP, Technology Innovation Pioneers. The Technology Innovation Pioneers is a platform, or it is also an engine to support the innovators in getting the solutions, innovation solutions to resolve the challenges that sectors face in these days. In 2019, we have got 3 sectors, which are the healthcare, environment, and energy, who have worked very hardly in defining the challenges they face in their sectors and attracting the solution by launching the challenge platform on TIP. Today's session will be highlighting the insights about the activities and future steps in those sectors. We are excited to begin this session. However, I'm going to start briefly introducing our distinguished guest panelists. Our first distinguished guest panelist is Dr. Asma Al Mannaei, the Director of Healthcare Quality, Department of Health. In 2018, with a huge effort and in collaboration with the stakeholders, Dr. Asma and her team, they launched the TIP in Healthcare Award in partnership with the Abu Dhabi Department of Economic Development. We have got Engineer Abdullah Alkhaemeri, the Strategic Affairs Executive Director at the Department of Energy. Engineer Abdullah, with 20 years experience in engineering, technology, and strategy, and with the passion to support innovation in his sector, he worked with his team to launch TIP in EnergyTech in 2019. We have got also Mr. Abdullah Alkhaemeri, Acting Director of Environmental Policy and Planning at the Environmental Agency, Abu Dhabi. He is in charge of leading environment policy and planning and promoting Abu Dhabi's environment leadership internationally. The Environment Agency at Abu Dhabi led TIP EnviroTech sector by launching TIP Challenge platform in 2019. Moving to the main discussion of the panel, I would like first to move to Dr. Asma Al Mannaei. First of all, Dr. Asma, congratulations for your second participation in TIP. We would like to know about your experience in the both journeys, the takeaways, and also the other initiatives that are enabled nowadays in the health sector to support the innovation.
Thank you, Mariam, for the opportunity to present here and be part of this esteemed panel. Actually, you are asking a very, emotional questions, because you are talking about a journey of 2 years where, from thoughts and from papers or words on papers to a true reality of enabling environment to link the sectors with the entrepreneurship and support the SMEs and the startups in a domain that is really highly considered as a high risk for a startup. So that beautiful, let's say, a cycle or connection could not have been a success without the collaboration and the support from the different stakeholders, especially the Department of Economic Development, the Ministry of Economy, and our sector, the healthcare sector. The journey started with an idea, with a group of people sitting in a room thinking, what can we do? There is a huge gap within the needs and the requirement within our healthcare sector. If we wait for the industry to create the final solution, then it is like 10, 15, 20 years until we have a solid solution for our problem. But the beauty of working with the SMEs and startup is that you can directly customize the solution to your need. And not only the customization is an advantage, it's also the rapid development. Honestly, the cost also is an element, and the ability to adapt quickly to reach the innovative solution. So it's not only we are seeking the innovators, we as a government organization have innovated ourselves, innovated our thinking and into accepting beyond the usual process of procurement and going through the few channels of waiting until the mature industry give us the solution in 10, 15 years from now. Actually, no, we have put a room for the innovators to come and help us co-create a solution for our healthcare problem. And without a doubt, the platform of Technology Innovation Pioneer is an excellent platform where we can have an direct access to the entrepreneurship domain, to the startups, in order to help us fix and close the gaps of the problem that we face in the healthcare.
Thank you, Dr. Asma. Now we will move to Engineer Abdullah. Engineer Abdullah, first of all, congratulations for your participation and the first time in TIP Award. So we would like to know about your experience from this journey and talk about the takeaways, and also to elaborate on the other initiatives that you have implemented within your sector with the audiences.
Thank you, Mariam, for your introduction. Really, I'm proud, to be part of the sessions here today. As you said, it is first cycle for us to start with TIP. It was 1 year journey we have been through. So we went through the cycle of the initiation and planning in the beginning, then coming to the development, where we have engaged, many of the stakeholders to come out with challenges that we are facing in the sector, and we came out to 4 challenges, main challenges for energy sector, which is around smart infrastructure, waste control, efficiency and sustainability, and the other initiatives which supporting future energy. With regard to the journey, of course, we have been, through a lot of lesson learned, a lot of good things that we could use it in the future and get the privilege from that, especially when it's come to the outreach, how we are reaching, all the outsider startups, whether SMEs or companies just started. So those experience definitely, it is adding value and give exposure to us in order to understand what is available and what will be the solution that would support future in the energy sector. On the other hand, we have been through this exercise, and this exercise gives us a lot of applications and solution that will enriching, our experience, plus giving us a privilege in order to think about what will be the most suitable solution for us in the future in order to have better effectiveness and efficiency in our processes. Definitely, this type of experience and the support from DAD was huge. We have been through the cycle, even of the review. We have seen how the things been moved from the starting point of the evaluation of the whole, the ideas to come out to the shortlisting and the winners, which was announced yesterday. This doesn't mean, the others applications or other ideas is not fit, but definitely normally we have to shortlist, some of them that will be a winner, but others, of course, it has other opportunity. It has also other ideas that also could be used, in near future. We are keen actually, to have more participation in the future. We are seeing this is a successful story, and I acknowledge that. It is really, we are seeing yesterday what we have reached, what we have achieved, a result, a lot of good things that been seen yesterday. Plus, it's give also the opportunity for the SMEs and for the inventor in order to also demonstrate their ideas here, and they can be engaged maybe with the investor, they can be engaged with some incubator, they can be engaged with the client in order to have their ideas, moving toward the implementation. So I'm really seeing, this is a good actually move toward the innovation, and hopefully, the things will be better in the future, definitely.
Thank you, Engineer Abdullah. That was very interesting. We will move to Mr. Abdullah Alkhaemeri from the Environmental Agency. First of all, again, congratulations for your participation for the first time in 2019 in the TIP challenge. We would like to know, to get more into your experience in this journey, the takeaways also. Let us know about the other initiatives in the environment sector.
Thank you, Mariam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, of course, nothing will be achieved without having a partnership, and a great partnership with the Department of Economic Development and the other entities as well, and the federal and the local level, which will take me to the first takeaway that I would like to talk about is there are too many initiatives when it comes to innovations. Innovation starts from a village, and then we'd like to move into the innovation ecosystem, which I think it's our main one of our main takeaway is if we would like to have an impact, then we have to move together into the big picture. However, on the national level, we do have a lot of initiatives, whether it's on a local level and international federal level, and I think it's not enough coordination between them. So we need to enhance and to come up with more ideas and more interactions between both initiatives. With regard to our challenges, and I think this is talking about our journey when it started in January, was actually we wasn't know that we didn't aware of the energy tech. However, we are fully aware of the health tech. So we thought that to come up with the three challenges, we are like the clean energy, as well as the ocean conservations, as well as the single-use plastic, where we received almost 435 applications, but the most important one were the clean energy, which is basically it has an environmental impacts as well as the energy one. So I think this is one of the main takeaways that we would like to see. Of course, the investors and the startups, they need a support from the government. As we are an environmental competent authority within the Abu Dhabi government, we need to come up with support as they are looking for a support when it comes to accessing the markets within the Abu Dhabi or any other support that we would like to see. I totally agree with my colleague Engineer Abdullah when he said doesn't mean that the winner are the best. Yes, of course, they were focused more on solving the issues of the challenges, but I think we need to look at the other as well and see how we can support or improve this. And this is, I think, if you would like, I would love to hear of more of about if there is any other platform like the Hub 71 is an existed one, and we would like to see the more interaction between TIP because this is one of the partnership that we are working with.
That looks great. Basically, from my opinion, that what we need to do, like we've defined solutions for our stressful challenges in the sectors. What we need is to scale them up. We need to bring them to the market. We need to really make them more effective and active into the market. So I believe that all of these sectors have played a big role in this journey, and they have worked very hard to define the solution to the challenges that they are facing. So what we need to know more about the insights of what is the next step to the future of innovation and technology in Abu Dhabi, and what are the critical changes that we need to put in place. What do you think the next step and what we need more? You mentioned one of the things that we need to collaborate. If we would know that there is something which is from the environment, from the energy side, we would have collaborated together. So what is the next step, and what do you think the next for the, perhaps can be for the next session of the of technology innovation pioneers? So then let's think of the future of innovation of technology and technology in Abu Dhabi and how we can collaborate. What are the changes that we need?
Mariam, if you allow me, I would like to pick up on the last point about, how we can connect the dot. So TIP is not the end of the journey, it's actually the beginning of a journey. This is where we, first of all, identify the gaps or the challenges, source the startup, and then award them. So now you identify the startup, this is the beginning. What happened next is that we are very fortunate in the UAE and specifically in Abu Dhabi to have multiple efforts supporting from a different dimensions the startups and SMEs. So TIP is an excellent platform. The other platform is also Hub 71. And actually, we have realized the importance of partnering with Hub 71. And actually, our offices are located also. We have our office within the Hub 71 for the healthcare, let's say, sector startups. So all the winners that we have identified today, we will be hosting them in Hub 71 in our HealthTech Hub. The whole idea is that because it is just the start of the journey, we need now to connect them with the sector, connect them with the provider, connect them further with the real front line in order to make sure that their solution is going to be customized. And I would like to share an excellent success story from our first round. One of the winners created a GPS tracking system for the hospital operations. The idea of this system will ensure efficiency. So it calculated everything that goes on. It tags the doctors, the nurses, the patients, and you monitor the flow. then you have within your screen a direction and the detailed by the minutes, by the seconds about everything. So now I identify this doctor is always 10 minutes late for his operation. So at the time that he needs to be in the operation, he is always 10 minutes late. In order for that hospital to maximize their operations, they will always do this adjustment specifically for this doctor to ensure that they are more efficient, and eventually efficiency means dollar sign. So that kind of collaboration, and when they customize it, then and to our surprise, that the quick adapters of the true innovation happened in the private sector. So one of Abu Dhabi private sector hospital took that inventor and their SMEs and implement their solution. All what we ask is a proof of concept. So allow those SMEs to do the proof of concept, and this is how we take them further with Hub 71. And making sure that this is, adaptable. The beauty about this, solution, that it was strong enough to get a paid pilot, which is something that, it is even above and beyond our expectation. So that a private hospital paid for the SMEs to do their proof of concept in their facility. And that is an excellent demonstration of the beauty of connection and what happens next for our,
Thank you, Dr.
startups.
Asma.
Thank you.
So Engineer Abdullah and Mr. Abdullah, if you have something to add to this, because we are running out of time.
Yeah. So I will be complimenting Dr. for her speech. It's good, to hear that about the adoption, of some of the ideas that being taken, because I was really thinking, about what we have to do next, which is whether to take, the initial ideas, to take it further in the development stage, or take in some of the already mature ideas to take it in the market through which, system or which fund, it can be used. As you highlighted, Hub 71 is considered, as a catalyst fund, for the government. It's government initiatives where would privilege, us in order to continue and make sure, the ecosystem for the innovation is there and exists. So we are really, seeing the good opportunity, from the and support from the government in order to take all those ideas, further to the development, to the keep putting it in reality. At the same time, we are assuring, from our side, that whatever idea or we will be creating the environment that would be motivating, that will be encouraging, that will be recognizing and rewarding innovations and inventors.
Thank you. Mr. Abdullah, you would like to add something?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Asma and Engineer Abdullah. I would like to see as well the involvement of the private sector, especially to support the investors, to support some of the ideas which is implemented. When it comes to the partnership, I think we within Abu Dhabi, we are really fortunate to have a lot of platforms that we can be used to implement such ideas. But in my conclusion, I would like to also to see some of the private sectors that sitting with us and discussing such to join with us the success stories of tips and conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before concluding, I would like to add a point that it's really important to have like an innovation model within our business model that will help us to align our initiatives and activities to support the innovation solution. So also we need to keep in mind that everything is changing nowadays. The world is changing, industry is changing. So we have to decide on what we need to do to pursue for the future, to go ahead for the future. So we have to take into account also the market trends is also changing. Ladies and gentlemen, we came to the end of the panel discussion. I would like to thank our distinguished panelists for their contribution and insightful information. Thank you very much.